Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Bizkit. All my niggas wildin', they done labeled us some misfits. Wake up every morning, 2 or 3, 5 in the Fitbit. Oh shit, didn't nobody come to see you old, it's some focus. Shoot 100 shots, no reloaded. Master of the game, you would think I'm into coding. Memphis niggas spit this pimpin', mackin' like I'm golden. Ho, with my money, you gon' turn me to the old me. Say hi, first class flight, I'm in the nosebleed. Copy, cooking, whipping, shipping, till you count the proceeds. OG, I've been moving pack niggas since 03. Low key, niggas hating, but they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat. Get jammed, get a lawyer, make it bunny, don't speak. Pour up, oh, I need some more, nigga had a long week. Shout out to my plug, he showed me love, he out in Long Beach, I'm too geek. Walking by myself, but left with 2 freaks. Ooh, we, nothing in they mouth and on they booty. Austin Power swag, yeah, baby, this is groovy. You can call me Money Boy, or you can call me Nudie. Hood niggas, churches, chicken, let me get a 2-piece. Top down, 2-seater, let me feel the 2 breathe. Gotta hold it steady, chopper, kick it back like Bruce Lee. Lately I've been in the zone, I guess I'm in my 2-3. Don't call my phone for nothing less than a QP. Feeling like the Migos, cause my bitch is bad and bougie. All my haters love me, all these bitches just some groupies. Came a long way, I like to introduce the new me. Standing on business like I'm king or like I'm Drewski. Call me Ron Island, cause I like my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. Call me Ron Island, cause I love my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. I never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Bizkit. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Bizkit.
So cold, but I'm so hot.
Dope boys
I'm up in the trap, I'm dope boy.
with them knives.
The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Down 8 gram, headed straight to the block. Pirates, this water walk till it's hot. Listen up, look, turn a look to a lot. Right hand on the cell phone, taking orders. Left hand 360, loading to a lot. Blue holler tips, got switches on the dot. State gang, true sippers can't be stopped. Laughing at you haters while I'm thumbing through the paper. Says lonely at the bottom, won't you meet me at the top? The nigga ain't shit, yeah, get that a lot. Won't be deterred and I won't be stopped. Shaq Diesel number one, I post up on the block. 24/7 cause the hustle don't stop. 31 flavor, take an order like a waiter. I be selling more gas than a local truck stop. 1200 strong for a pound to the top. Got me shining, I'm a star. Ask about me, I am legend. They gon' tell you who we are. Fuck these niggas, fuck these bitches. Get money, all I know. No love for these bitches. Never saving these hoes. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not.
When I'm thinking about the Cash, yeah, gon' get some knots, gang, we at the spot. If we ever was short, then it's back to the block, you probably get shot. Every day the sun change, we getting money, that's one thing that's never gon' stop. Real dope boys do what it takes, playing high stakes, living to die. Do your time, keep it quiet, no matter who you are, don't get what you got. Stack it up, that's the bond to stay fresh. Oh, they think that you're not. Take a roll with a hoe, they gon' let you go. Somebody's gonna say you ain't hot. Just invest in yourself, don't worry about nobody else. There ain't no handout. If you say the same, put it on chain. Let them see you ain't tied down. Got a couple rings, did a lot of things. I ain't really gon' talk about it. Give me a trade, get you this and go. She gon' show up and show out. So don't ask me what a dope at, cause you already around.
The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Whole team shining, we stars, big dipper. Get a lot of haystack gang in the sip. Niggas ain't real, nigga. You gotta feel me, nigga. Smile in my face behind my back, you tryna kill me, nigga. You say you got beef, then what you wanna do? You screaming, fuck me, now nigga, fuck you. You ain't hard at me. Couple kick dough, couple robbery. Nigga get extorted, get aborted, he don't pay the fee. Posted in the north, got the 2 to 4 recipe. I be cooking chicken bit, not talking rotisserie. I got all my hater man, I know that they sick of me. Who the fuck he think he is, motherfucker MB3? I honestly pay him no attention. They up under me. Haters call me Visa cause I'm everywhere they wanna be. Ladies, man, catch me with more honeys than a bumblebee. Say she got a husband, but she always wanna suck a D. State gang, true sipper, who these niggas wanna be. I've been getting money since a younger. I've been pushing peace, stay strapped. Gotta watch your back when you're in the streets. Friends turn to foes, never know who your enemy. I was in Detroit, he ain't keep the same energy. West side down the slide, I don't think he feeling me. I was on some demon time, nigga talking about killing me. They no business, let's see all that shit that you gon' do to me. Come outside, why you scared? I thought that you been a G. We don't bluff, we pulling up, we different down in Tennessee. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the gun locked. Green and white square, been serving them on the same block. Timepiece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the gun locked. Green and white square, been serving them on the same block. Timepiece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. I got an old school bitch, call her Aretha. Shawty so fine, shawty she a keeper. Smoke that reefer, preferred by the quarter. I do this for my kids, my sons and my daughter. Get treated like a king. Hoes call me sire. One look like Lotto, the other look like Maya. My plug, he ain't playing, he only talking the numbers. I cop it, whip it and ship it. My money coming in bundles. Different flavors of kush, orange, grape, and apple. If a nigga trap me, it's gonna be a disaster. Dope money and bitches, pimp robbers and snitches. It's all in my hood. My homies say that I'm gifted, I really can't complain. Shit starting to change, a product of my environment. Tell me who can I blame? Neck like a glacier, bought my shawty a bracelet. Money go glitter, that's why these niggas be hating. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Timepiece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Timepiece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Timepiece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Timepiece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Whole team shining, we stars, big dipper. Get a lot of haystack gang in the sip. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. First It's my birthday. Second, I done took 3 shots because it's my birthday. Third, baby Petty said she forgot it was my birthday. Fourth, it's snowing like a motherfucker on my birthday. I'm not used to snow on my birthday, so it's just gonna be different. It's just definitely gonna be different. Y'all know why we here. We're here to finish reading these documents. Now it's not much left. It's well, I guess it still is 80 pages, but within the rest of the pages that we're going to get is going to be the official motions to dismiss that was filed by the court and that was granted, and it's giving their side of the story in it. So we'll go through there. I don't understand how for the life of me people can see the actual goddamn court date, the plaintiff, all of it. They can go find this shit themselves. Hence the reason I'm putting it up. And a person still says it's a lie. Well, if it's a lie, you told it, ma'am. If it's a lie, you told it. And I'm gonna point out again, none of us had to know that Alasia was was on the sexual offender registry. We ain't had to know she was a pedo. But you put that in the lawsuit. You put it in the lawsuit. They ain't asked you all of that. That ain't what the CPS case was concerning. You put all that shit in there. Thank you for the $10 cash app. You put all that in there. So yeah, that's what I heard. She's been running around saying it's a lie. Okay, well, if it's a lie, you told it, and we've been saying you was a liar. So either way it go, we still kind of come out on top because we've been saying you was a liar. And we just reading what you typed, ma'am. Didn't nobody type this for you. These are your words. Now we are gonna get into what the lawyers for everybody you sued said. And they're going to give their version of events. I guess their version of events is a lie too. Now, their version of events, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, these are official court documents. I don't know what she claimed was a lie, but the part about CPS coming and her having to go to the mental health institute and the lights and all that shit, that's true. I don't know what else he's talking about is a lie. I really don't care because I'm not here to, I ain't trying to battle her. I don't give a fuck what she got to say. I'm going to put this shit out. And if she choose to defend it, that's on her. She done came out and brought a lot of shit out on me. I ain't defending none of it. I just told the bitch to go and get the final report. Actually get the police report. Fuck that. Fuck the charges. Get the police report and all this shit. And then go ahead and get the final thing. Go and get the final app out. Because it's all public record. Go and get the final record there. Because I know what I was locked up with. I know what I was sitting around just twiddling my thumbs, not knowing what the fuck was going on, indicted, and the charge changed. And I just was like, oh, hell no, go to trial. I know what I went through. So, yeah. She was proud of this lawsuit at one point in time. She was proud of it. I guess the orders to dismiss that are in black and white that are public record that you could go find with the judge's name on it, and you can still look these judges up. I guess that's a lie too. But yeah, whatever. Hold on.
Thank you, sister Avanti, $10 coming on the cash app. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister.
Yeah, my shit's running slow, y'all. Hold on. First of all, let me close that. Didn't help. Shout out to Come Correct she gave me a presidential birthday this morning. She did the Marilyn Monroe. That was funny. Thank you for the other $10 cash app. Hold on, let me update. Okay. Damn, I think it's the system.
Thank you, Sister Avanti.
Play this
$10
drop.
coming on the cash app. Thank you, sister.
Yeah, I don't like
Next
how
time,
slow
make it
the
20,
thing
but
is
thank
moving.
you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister.
Play this song and drop down and come back and see if I can speed myself up. I'll be right back.
Watch me crank it, watch me roll. Crank that soldier boy. It's Superman at home. Crank that soldier boy. Crank that soldier boy. Crank that soldier boy. Crank that soldier boy. Soldier boy off in this hole. Watch me crank it, watch me roll. Watch me crank that soldier boy. The Superman at home. Woo, crank that soldier boy. Crank that soldier boy. Woo, crank that soldier boy. Soldier boy off in this hole. Watch me lean and watch me rock. Superman at home. Oh, watch me crank that RoboCop. Super fresh, now watch me chop, choking on them haters' name. When I do that, soldier boy, I lean to the left, I crank that thing. Soldier boy off in this hole. Watch me lean and watch me rock. Watch me crank that soldier boy, the Superman at home. Woo, crank that soldier boy. Woo, crank that soldier boy. I'm joking on your bitch ass. And if we get the fighting, then I'm cocking on your bitch ass. You catch me at your local party. Yes, I crank it every day. Haters getting mad 'cause I got me some baby names. I'm bouncing on my toe. Watch me super soak that hole. I'm gonna pass it to baby. And he's gonna crank it up for sure. Haters.
So good.
Thank you for that $10 cash app. Person that sent the last $10 cash app, long time no see. How you been? Remember the name. Okay, I went back to page 18 just to recap because we're gonna go to 19 to 23, which is all her documents, and then after that it's going to be what the fuck after that? The motions to dismiss and the people's what their side of the story, since she said her side was a lie. Oh man, I ain't got my narrator. No, I'm not mute. What the heck? Don't what? See, now you got me seeming like I'm an idiot. No, I'm not mute. You hear me talking? Oh, here comes the ballerina. What you doing?
Give us water.
Give you some water?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, y'all. I gotta give her some water. Can you talk while I get your water then? Fine.
And this food is my daddy's birthday today. My daddy's birthday. And you have to say happy birthday to my dad. My dad don't hear anybody saying happy birthday. I don't know. He might cry. Somebody please say happy birthday to my dad. Say my happy birthday to him.
I already said happy birthday.
Oh, I didn't hear them.
Of course you didn't hear them because they typing it. You gotta read them. Anyway, back.
You buy.
Go play.
No, you go.
Go play. Do my ugly laugh. You supposed to be at school. I know you can't. Whatever. It'll be your own kids. It'll be your own kids. All right, here we go. Defendant Roach Stillman. See, that was funny. I called her Roach. The Truth called her Ranch. Son of a bitch, I dropped my phone. Defendants Roach, Stillman, and Skomsky were all actors of the state. All defendants conspired together knowing they were in direct violation of Griffin's Fourth Amendment rights that guard against arbitrary. Son of a bitch, hold on. Okay, wait, hold on. Thank you for the $20 cash app.
So good. Hey Trey, we're both muted.
Thanks for the $5 cash app. Yeah, it's behind today. I think the internet frozen because of all the snow.
So good. Trey, look out for my new hit single. I only got 5 teeth in my mouth.
Like who shows like what the fuck is that? This is a family show, sir. You scaring sponsors and shit. What the fuck?
I'm gonna need you to play my
Damn
new
it,
hit.
See, sir.
My new hit
you
song.
You trying to get me out of my crown chakra.
I need you to play my new hit song.
See, sir, you is trying to get me out of my crown chakra, sir.
I just released my new.
Where is it? Where the song is? Send it to me.
It's on my channel. It's on my channel right now. Let me get it. I just released it. Like
is it
2 seconds ago?
Damn it! I don't see.
Wait. I'm gonna put it in the chat. But
you can see, clown, like you the reason my name got caught doing this shit. MoneyBoy Trey. And then you got some nigga named Sparkle saying my name. Why is Sparkle saying my name?
Trey, I'm not a mod, so they can't hit the links.
Nigga name. You got
whose mouth is that? Man. That's Mr. Five Teeth, the one I was talking about last night.
I'm finna go to your channel.
Go to my channel. I just released it. It's called Only Got 5 Teeth in My Mouth. And I've only shown my booty online once or twice.
Unthaws. This shit running slow as hell. That is more. Okay, yeah. Fuck my. I need to put in the chat.
Y'all didn't believe
me. I don't see. What chat are you in?
I'm in MoneyBoy Trey.
I don't see you. So you dropped it in the chat or the private chat?
No, I dropped it in the chat. See, there I am right
there. I don't see you in the. Okay, I see you with the arrow. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. What the hell?
Y'all gotta hear my new hit song.
All right, now drop it. Now drop it.
It's a hit. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a hit.
Good morning, everyone. This what the fuck are we? This is crazy. This can't be real.
It's real.
Sang by Mr. Five Teeth. Yeah, drop it in the chat so I can put
I
it.
did, but I'm still not a mod.
See, this is why you stay getting us in some shit. You're a mod now. Drop the damn link. All you dropped was an arrow. That's the only one I saw that you dropped was the arrow.
Oh, there.
This is crazy. This is what I'm saying. I be trying to mind my own business. I'm listening to your live, and I heard motherfuckers just constantly say, why do you have a nigga named Sparker calling my name, sir? Do you hit my cash app or something? I didn't do nothing to deserve this shit at all.
In my song, I wrote, I used to
Hold
have
on,
six.
let's listen to the new hit song.
I used to have 6, but one fell out when I was young.
Only got 5 teeth and I smell like crap. Yeah, only got 5 teeth and I'm small like that. Oh no, you know what I mean? It ain't just a dream. I used to have 6, yeah, but now it seemed what? It fell out one day when I was real small. Ain't no need to lie, I bared it all. True. 5 teeth in my mouth, yeah, it's a sight. Used to have 6, now I'm tight. I show my booty online once or twice. I'm just smelly, but I'm rolling the dice. They said I look like Nelly. I told a fib. Yeah, got that real smelly game. Don't need to dress bib. Whoa, I'm hustling hard with just a little bit of charm. Ain't got much sugar, but too much disarm.
You need black AI.
I make them laugh when my grill shines. It's just the way I play it. These are my lines. Yeah. 5 teeth in my mouth, yeah, it's a sight. Used to have 6, now I'm tight. Show my booty online. Smelly, but I'm rolling the dice. It's a journey from the bottom, toothless grin. Every day's a show, my world spins. I smell like trouble, but I'm full of grace. Living life my way. In your face.
You gotta go to my channel and listen to it.
Online once or twice. I'm just smelly, but I'm rolling the dice.
I'll share it on the community wall. You can have us in some more shit.
You gotta go. You gotta listen to it on my channel. It's much better quality. I had a whole bunch of.
You about to have us in some more shit.
I had a whole bunch of versions, but that was the one that said the most.
Thank you for the $10 cash.
So good. I can't. Why would you lick it off your hand? What are you doing? Okay.
I was like, why did he? And he brought it straight out the pot on the spoon and poured it on his hand. I was like, well, what? That's retarded. You're gonna burn your hand and your mouth. But I don't know. I guess that's the African way, G. I don't question the abuja. I just let them do what they do. Cook their croaker fish in peace. All right, did you hear what we got left after? I recap back to 18 just because we got 19 through 23, which is all hell my head stuff. And then we're going to get the motions to dismiss with the officers and Hagler and Roach's official events of what happened. You got that? You ready?
You do know they were live on last night, right?
All of them.
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Who was out live last night?
She went live.
Who was out live last night?
She went live like midnight. She hit the live button at midnight last night.
Oh, to respond to your live? Well, she should be sleep. She should be
She's probably-
asleep then. Good. I ain't got to worry about her fucking with me. With her old ass.
All right,
I'm
you ready
getting
for-
older, but you getting older too, bitch. You need to sit down somewhere.
you
It's a
need
young
me to start
folks
reading?
game.
You want me to read it now?
Yep.
Can y'all hear us good?
Yeah. Yeah, you aggravate her. You aggravate her, Christopher. I was so perplexed though. Why the fuck did they just keep calling you the truth instead of Christopher William Wignall? I think that I would have just called you that all last night instead of the truth to try to differentiate. They was respectful as hell last night. I ain't never been called MoneyBoy Trey so many times by that woman. I started to wonder who the fuck that was.
Well, she wanted to make sure they knew.
Oh, please, sir. Could you cut that clip out, sir? Sir,
Which one?
Could you cut that clip out and send it to Tosh Time so she could give it to the judge where she said they all got together and got her banned off the internet, but she's still on the internet. So we need Tosh Time's attorney to get that to the judge. Okay. She knows she banned and she's thwarting her nose at the court system. She's just flipping her nose up like, yeah, they got me banned. So what?
Okay. I will clip that out and say
he showed like, why I can't find you? Let me tell you. Yeah, we need that. It needs to be sent to YouTube as well. She banned. She like just openly saying the shit. Crazy ass.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to be on here. All right, so here we're at line 185. All right. It says defendants were all actors of the state. All defendants conspired together knowingly that they were in direct violation of Griffin's Fourth Amendment rights. The guard against arbitrary police intrusions, the newly formed United States in 1791 ratified the U.S. Constitution's Fourth Amendment, which states the rights of the people to be secure in their person, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, were particular describing the place to be searched, the persons or things to be seized. Rance presented the legal photos as evidence in obtaining a removal order for defendant's daughter the next day. Defendant's foster daughter should have been written in there. Defendants violated plaintiff's rights to privacy. Defendants worked in concert to conduct a body search and remove plaintiff Griffin from her home without her consent and against her will, forcing her to commit herself for a psychiatric evaluation. Defendants knew that they were creating a danger by doing this because plaintiff Griffin told them all she had not been able to contact her mother and had no one to get her daughter from school. All defendants conspired, fabricated information in statements and reports. You messed me up. Okay, there it is. Okay. In order to cover up their illegal acts, and in fact, defendants made implications that non-compliance can result in plaintiff's daughter being taken. Officers made statements such as, if you want your daughter to come home, just do what we say. And you want your daughter home today, don't you? Defendant worked in concert with holding plaintiff against her will as she begged to retrieve her cell phone and pick her daughter up from school.
Now, I just want to point out, in 2012, Vito grown as hell like me. Vito graduated in 2001, 2002. So this 10 years after that, she grown as hell. And you raised an adult and you don't know how to interact with police, or you don't know your rights, and you're supposed to be a graduate of DePaul University, ma'am. You supposed to be the most educated bitch in the world, and you didn't know how to deal with the police? Come on, G. You want your daughter today, don't you? And you was just the old helpless bitch. All right. Let's see. We got 19 through 23. Let's see. We got notes in here somewhere. That should be okay. I ain't trying to do that. Let me get through there. All right. Motion to dismiss CPS documents. And see, that's why it was, she was like, the reason there's so many documents because Hillman had attempted to amend her original civil complaint from 1/8/2016. The one you read last night was the amended one from 4/4/2016. So the one everybody initially saw that everybody has seen was the one she did on 1/08, where everybody's seen what she said about the lights and stuff out. The one I read was another amended junk, but in this amended junk, she added in tragedy struck the Griffin house, and I had to send one of my kids to jail for touching my other kid. That's what she threw all the other shit in. I don't know why nobody else was able to find the amended motions, but I did. Well, I didn't find it. My folks found it, and so, we found it, and I'm presenting it. I didn't do any of the heavy lifting. Any of the motions to dismiss the defendants and counsel side of the story. It's about 7 documents. Also, what did it say? The magistrate's judge dismissals with prejudice, since it's shit fake. All right. And here's 19. Okay, we're getting into 19 of her 23 of her amended. This is her amended motion. Can you see that, D. True?
Yeah, I see it. Okay, so it says defendant worked in concert while unwarranted search of plaintiff's home. Defendant worked in concert while photographing plaintiff's home without her consent. Defendant's actions resulted in depravity of plaintiff's rights to familiar integrity, right to privacy, free speech, by right to free from government interference, and care and custody of her minor child. On January 8th, 2013, defendant Lisa Haywood committed fraud upon the court and furtherance of the conspiracy against plaintiff Griffin constitutionally protected rights when she presented and signed under penalty of perjury and information known to her to be untrue. Defendant knew that plaintiff did not willingly or voluntarily leave her home and abandon her daughter. At the time, Hezig presented and swore to the documentation under penalty of perjury without valuable information that would support and preserve plaintiff's right to due process. She instead chose to maliciously and with reckless disregard for the negative effect that it would have on the plaintiff and her family, placed full responsibility on plaintiff Griffin, writing Miss Griffin without care and concern for the well-being of her minor child, abandoned her at school to check herself into Harbor Oaks Hospital for psychiatric treatment. Hezig went on to say the plaintiff showed left no care for her child, failed to inform the court she herself was co-conspirator and orchestrator of the events in question. Plaintiff Griffin was not allowed any contact with her minor daughter for more than 30 days. And her removal by CPS when plaintiff asked why she was told she was considered to be unsafe because of her PTSD. Now she has PTSD, and the court would decide where it was safe for her to visit. So she has PTSD now. Where the fuck did she get PTSD from? Anybody? Anybody know where she got PTSD?
She's a crazy bitch.
Now she's diagnosed with PTSD.
She got PTSD for being a crazy bitch. That's where she got it from.
By doing this, hazing caused.
Hold on, I think I got a cash. Yeah. Okay, now that's a text message. I don't know who this is. This is gonna be crazy all day. That and YouTube. My bad. Go ahead.
By doing this, hazing caused irreparable harm to plaintiff Griffin's family. Unbelievable are to plaintiff's already struggling emotional and psychiatric health. All documents still say these things, and plaintiff Griffin is still considered as a person who has abandoned her child. Visits with her daughter was withheld arbitrarily. Whenever plaintiffs attempt to assert get rights, man, she fucking damn this document. Griffin's daughter was told that she had been abandoned by her mother. She still believes
she wrote it.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, she wrote this. If it's hard to read, it's because Helma here with all her education wrote this motherfucker.
Griffin's daughter was told that she had been abandoned by her mother. She still believes this to be true. This has caused unbelievable trauma to the mother-daughter relationship. Miss Griffin has been with her daughter. Miss Griffin had with her daughter. Their actions have caused paternal alienation. Miss Griffin struggled every day to make her daughter feel secure in the fact that she would never leave her. But you did, bitch. But you did. Defendants Peter, Brown, Desmond joined in furtherance of conspiracy against plaintiff Griffin when evidence of the violations was presented to each of them. Each defendant decided to maliciously join the conspiracy against plaintiff Griffin by suppressing the evidence she attempted to present and by asserting that evidence was unimportant because her mental health was what the court concerns. All defendants expressed in one way or another reasons why they believed Griffin was a threat to her daughter because of her PTSD. All defendants showed an unjustified discrimination against plaintiff Griffin based solely on her diagnosis of PTSD, in spite of viewing information from the hospital that defendant Griffin was discharged from, and from the therapist report presented. All defendants would consider plaintiff Griffin, a threat to her minor daughter, relying solely on discriminatory beliefs about individuals suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. Go ahead, raise 200.
From what?
I don't know where she got the PTSD from. Was she in combat? Did she get in a car wreck?
The checkerboard used to whoop her ass or something?
Was she in a plane crash? I mean, what did she get the PTSD from? But she does act like somebody that has PTSD because 1 minute she's hot.
We don't know.
1 minute she's cold. Bring 200 to the top.
You mean I can't do it? It's up as far as it'll go.
Okay. On February 18th, 2013, at a visit with her daughter, defendant Griffin took the proof she had in an attempt to prove to her daughter that she didn't willingly abandon her. Plaintiff Griffin was tearful. All right, we're done with that one. So you went to show. You
always crying, bitch.
You went to show. Wait, oh damn! I don't have my. Let me get my thing up here. Let me see if I can. Get it up. So I can play. Oh, my kids.
Wait a
Oh, my
minute.
kids.
Oh, my kids, y'all. Oh, my kids. Who?
There it is. Okay, so while talking to her daughter, Griffin told her daughter not to believe what they were telling her, saying, "Don't let them make you believe I would hurt you. I
That's
won't.
what she's telling her audience.
Yeah, please don't believe them." Lady and Williams entered the room and removed plaintiff Griffin's daughter, stating it was for her safety. But something must have happened for them to come in and move the child, right? Chose plaintiff's daughter, it's okay if she's afraid and wants to end the visit. Plaintiff Griffin shows both defendants the paperwork that directly all the statement presented in her case and loudly asked them to stop telling her daughter she abandoned her. Defendants made plaintiff's daughter leave the visit. Both defendant read the paperwork and claimed defendant down by promising calm the defendant down by promising to stop saying those things in the presence of Griffin's daughter. On February 24th, 2013, Williams and Lake joined in the furtherance of the conspiracy against Griffin's rights when they suppressed the information given to them by Miss Griffin in court reports. Both defendants made reports to the court.
Hold up, the truth.
Okay,
Hold up, the truth.
Okay, go ahead.
The truth. Hold up.
Right.
The truth. Oh,
Yeah, can you hear me?
hold on. Why would those people be? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Or is there a delay?
No, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I think. Why would those people? Yeah, I can hear you. It's a delay. I'm gonna drop down. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Then I'm gonna drop down. But why would those people be sitting there talking about she abandoned you in the middle of a visit?
Well, okay, so something caused them to come into the room. So either Helmet Head started raising her voice, or her gestures caused the people to become alarmed and step in to remove the child from the visit. Remember, these are supervised visits, but the visits are where those people are off to the side and they let the child and the mother interact. So they're not they don't keep them apart. They let them interact, but they're within a distance. So something must have happened that alarmed them that something was going on and that they needed to remove the child. So something happened. She did something that alarmed those people.
Helmet Head was in there telling it. Helmet Head was in there telling it, baby, it's so you ain't got to be scared of me. Don't let them tell you. That's what she was talking about. And they came in and got the child, and she talking about don't let them tell you, but they not talking to her right now. Y'all doing y'all one-on-one time. That's the conversation you having. She was the one loud. That's why she typed it in there. I said it loudly. Nigga, you had already been loud, which is why they removed the kid. Then said they promised to stop saying that in front of her. But why would they be discussing that in front of her?
I think she believed that they were telling her that she abandoned you. She doesn't want you. Remember, the girl is saying she's scared of her. So the child is saying she's scared of her.
Already.
I mean, I'd be
That's
scared
without CPS.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so a conspiracy against when she suppressed the information given to them, the plaintiff polls they have missed for Brent of harm to her daughter and friend. What? I don't get that. Polls that they have missed for Brent of harm to her daughter and friend. What the hell? Where'd the friend come from? And Williams went as far as to say she believed plaintiff will, there's something missing, believe plaintiff Griffin would kill her daughter if returned home. Oh shit! Did you read? Did you read that, Trey? They believed that Griffin would.
Yes, yes.
Damn, they were believing that
Williams, whoever Williams was, said, "I believe you'll kill your daughter."
But here's the thing: it says her harm to her daughter and friend. William went as far to say she believed plaintiff Griffin would unalive her daughter if returned home. At that hearing, referee Brune stopped plaintiff's visits with the daughter unless they were in the presence of defendant's daughter's therapist, and also ordered plaintiff not to discuss the case with her daughter. So when she went to visit, she was pleading with her that she didn't do any of this.
Which is what that. Yeah. Yes, that's why they removed the kid out, because that's what she was in there talking about. You ain't got to be scared of me. Don't let them tell you I abandoned you and I didn't abandon you, and you ain't got to be scared. That's what she was doing. She was the one discussing the goddamn case, not the other way around.
Well, where'd the friend come from? It said harm to her daughter and friend. It would be.
I don't know. Maybe her imaginary friend.
It would be.
The other girl was in jail for assaulting
the other
one, TG.
It would be weeks.
Yeah, well, the TG and AG. AG was in jail.
It would be weeks before plaintiff Griffin would see her daughter again. When she was allowed to visit her daughter and found out that the agency and took her daughter's therapy away and replaced it with visits. Defendant Williams told plaintiff that either she could visit her daughter or her daughter could have therapy, but she can't have both at this time. Oh, look, your buddy's here, Trey. look,
who the hell is that?
That's your buddy, Sparkle. Mr.
In the
Sparkle.
chat?
Yeah, the dress wearing.
No. What did I do? What? He in the chat?
Yeah, he in the chat.
I'm not. I don't be looking at the chat and say, I knew you was gonna get me in trouble. What happened, Spark? What happened? What I do? Hold on. Come on. You want to talk to Sparkle, Clown?
No, because it's not gonna be any.
Clown, would you like to talk to Sparkle?
Sparkle is just gonna scream and wave his little skinny dick around. That's all he's gonna do. He got his dress on and he's
goodness gracious.
Sashay around the room. Oh, the beef sector. Sparkle,
is that who you saying got the 5 teeth?
No. It's the other one. The other one has the 5 teeth. The other one has the 5 teeth.
How he gonna tell me to leave?
Yeah, leave unspoken.
Leave her alone.
They're all buddies there.
Nigga, why are you over here bothering me? I'm not policing your channel telling you to leave people alone. What the hell? Y'all niggas are weird. Hit the LinkedIn and tell me why I should leave somebody that you just met alone, sir. I don't know you. I don't care to know you. I don't bother you. You will never, ever see me in your chat. Nigga, if you see me in your chat, you need to verify and make sure it's me. Because I promise you, I will never be in your chat. For what? I didn't know you existed until I heard The Truth live last night. I still don't give a damn. I just asked him why he had a nigga named Sparker saying my name. You ain't got to block him. Spark, this The Truth person. I don't even know what. I ain't see it's coming. Unblock Sparkle. Let's see what Sparkle has to say. D-Truth, this is your damn fault.
Where you at, sir? Where you at,
But
sir?
I'm just saying, though, fuck Unspoken. Well, he got blocked. But I dropped the StreamYard link. You could type or hit the StreamYard link. Preferably come up and talk. Nah, the other thing with Bob, but yeah, I don't know you, sir.
See,
I mean, this nigga that know Unspoken, what, 72 hours and said, leave her alone. But wait, is that the actual, did somebody even, did somebody check to make sure that was that actual account? D-Truth, check and make sure that's the actual person.
It is.
You know, we could be getting trolled.
Yeah, that name. That name. Let me see in here. Okay. They blocked them, and I can't unblock them.
I got it. That's crazy work. Now, he ain't got me in no trouble, but it just always some shit. It just always something. I just be minding my business.
Well, you know, you got
who is this? Like, who is this new evil villain? What the fuck?
Wait a minute. How you got me in trouble with a bunch of people?
You always have weird evil villains. You got evil villains in dresses with wands and shit, sprinkling fairy dust. The fuck? How you can't have a regular nigga? You got a chick with a dick out here beefing with us.
I'm just saying.
What are we supposed to do with it?
I try to avoid it as much as possible, but it keeps coming for me. The sickly little vermin keeps coming for me.
I ain't never seen Liz like that before. Liz was in rare form. Liz said, I need 5 more minutes, my nigga. Hold up.
I need 5 more minutes. Yeah. She did not want to stop. And then she just kept doing it.
Like, I need Liz, 5 more.
Liz, stop. Liz, stop. I was like, Liz, stop, please.
Liz went off through the outgoing music. I said, go ahead, Liz.
Then
go
she was
ahead.
in the chat going off. I was like, damn. Liz left and came back.
Mr. Sparkle. Or is it Mr. Sparkle? You unblock, you can type. But yeah, I don't bother Unspoken, sir. This is a one-off. You might need to do some research.
He does drive by.
Yeah, he do drive by. You might need to do some research on me, Mr. Sparkle. I don't be fucking with that hoe. But yeah, I don't care. I don't care if you get the beef sector on me, nigga. I'm gonna ignore them like I ignore you. But I know some people in the beef sector. It ain't gonna be that easy.
Yeah, he says that all the time.
It ain't gonna be that easy, sir. I'm just saying. It ain't gonna be that easy.
Don't nobody come. Nobody comes. They pity his ass. They ain't coming. Here, Trey, give me like 5 minutes. I'll be right
That's
back.
like Looney saying he was gonna get Mo 3 on me.
Yeah.
I ain't worried. Hey, True thing.
Same thing. Hey, go ahead. Give me like 5 minutes. I'll be right back.
At the hearing, referee Broom stopped plaintiff's visit with let's stay in the presence of defendant's daughter's therapist. She's staying out of the document reading. She in the bushes, but you know, it's plausible deniability. Nobody can say she was on the panel laughing, ha kikiing, or doing anything of that nature. So you know they lie quick and say she was up there laughing. And it was all us. Yeah, you got blamed for a lot of shit I did too last night. I'm actually mad they gave you credit for making their loved one sing. That was all me. It would be weeks before plaintiff Griffin would see her daughter again. When she was allowed to visit her daughter, she found out the agency took the daughter's therapy away, replaced it with visits. Okay, on March 25th, 2013, in a meeting with defendants Jordan and Herson, plaintiff Griffin inquired as to why the children refused to mandate The Children's Center refused to mandate caseworkers write factual information. And she spelled right, R-I-G-H-T, instead of W-R-I-T-E. Ma'am, you would assume that when they're writing these documents that they are writing factual information. That's what one would assume. One wouldn't assume that they just writing this shit lying. Is this the same one? No. Okay, here we go. In her court reports, both defendants hold plaintiff that they could not present the facts she gave them, had to write what CPS said. By making those admissions, both joined in the furtherance of the conspiracy against plaintiff Griffin's federally protected rights. On July 23rd, 2013, Logan was asked by plaintiff Griffin to please only present the facts in her case. Plaintiff was told by Logan, TCC, caseworkers had to report what DHS/CPS originally reports, and she can't deviate. March 25th, 2014, at a TDM, Griffin made a final plea for factual information to be placed on her court report, at which time Forney told plaintiff that it was not the obligation of DHS to mandate that the truth be presented on her court reports. This was up to the defendant's attorney. Motherfucking right. Your attorney has to argue this for you, ma'am. And the guardian ad litem, both Siskey and Peters were both present, and neither asserted the rights of the plaintiff and her daughter to have factual information presented. March 26, 2014. Plaintiff Griffin asked defendant Peters why she refused to represent her this whole time. Defendant refused to respond. Plaintiff then asked Peters if the reason the courts refused to allow the truth to be presented in her case was due to her no contest plea. Peters responded, yes, because no contest means guilty. April 11th, 2014, referee Keller joined the furtherance of conspiracy against plaintiff Griffin's constitutionally protected rights to due process by suppressing the evidence submitted by plaintiff Griffin and telling point to Griffin, what the hell? The evidence didn't matter anyway because she had done other things that went to support the removal of her daughter, like getting to her school late and not taking care of her PTSD. Plaintiff Griffin was denied access to services and discriminated upon by Macomb County Courts employees, Broome. This lady, this is PTSD. Is that what we get? Okay. Okay, wait. This for the people she trying to lie to, talking about this ain't real. Well, I don't know the case number, but y'all can do it. Y'all can type this stuff here in. This is the database. You have to turn this forward. I wish I had the case. The case number might be present at some point in the documents, but for now, we don't have it. Brief in support of defendants. Warren Police Department, Officer William Stellman and Officer John Doe's motion to dismiss. They're like, we don't even know who the fuck that is, but we need them dismissed though. We need to get them up out of there. All right. Page 2. Just more official documents. Does the statute of limitations bar plaintiff's claims where she filed her complaint after the limitation period expired? Defendant's answers yes. Excuse me. Plaintiff's answers no. Did Plaintiff Griffin fail to state an unlawful search and seizure claim against the defendant officers? Defendant's answer yes. Plaintiff answers no. Do plaintiff's equal protection and due process claims fail as a matter of law? Defendants yes. Plaintiff no, which is Hilmer Head in the state. Does the claim for damages under the Michigan Constitution fail as a matter of law? Yes and no. These are their motions to dismiss. They're like, we need to get this shit up out of there. Up out of there. Introduction. Plaintiff Nia Griffin filed this action against the defendant officers alleging violation of unlawful search and seizure and detention, violation of equal protection, violation of due process, deprivation of rights under Michigan Constitution, and intentional infliction of emotional distress as set forth herein. Each of these claims is barred by the applicable statute of limitations. Further, even if they had been timely filed, the claims fail as a matter of law. Dismissal is proper under Fed, and then it cites a case. Statement of relevant facts. This is the relevant facts per the state and the police in them. On January 7th, Griffin avers, I don't know what that means, she was at her home in the city of Warren when defendant Lindy Roach of the Michigan Police Department of Health and Human Services, CPS, called the Warren police. According to the complaint, defendant Roach asked the Warren police to respond to the because defendant Roach expressed concern for her safety and felt she might harm herself. Griffin avers that defendant officers Stillman and John Doe arrived at the scene in response and asked her whether they could step in for a moment to check on her well-being. And they got all these little quotes and shit that we wouldn't know about and how to put in to fake a document. In response, Griffin admits that she granted defendants access inside the home. This is what they happened based on what they presented, the lawyers, these him people. Even acknowledged and understood. She even acknowledged their purpose was to assess her well-being and ensure the safety. Defendant Roach, during her investigation, during the time inside, Griffin admits she openly answered and allowed them, with defendant Roach, to look around, detained at any point. The defendant officer simply asked Griffin to remain seated while the inside of the home was photographed. At the conclusion of the assessment, Griffin avers that she was told by defendant Roach that her daughter would not be returned to her until she underwent a psychological evaluation. Consequently, Griffin admits she agreed to undergo the evaluation in order to get her daughter back. She was then searched and transported to St. John's Macomb Hospital without incident. There was no further contact between Griffin and the defendant officers. This action was filed January 8th, 2016. Standard of review. A motion to dismiss under blah, 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 test the sufficiency of the pleadings. In considering a rule, a motion, a district court may not consider matters beyond the pleadings. Oh, fuck all of that. I guess it's part of the story, but not today. Not today. Unless it's some good in there. We gotta be pertinent. Let's see. A court must construe the complaint. Standard formal pleadings drafted should not guess the nature. While the court holds pro se complaints to less stringent standards than formal pleadings drafted by lawyers, even in pleadings drafted by pro se parties, courts should not have to guess the nature of the claim asserted. They pretty much saying she dumb. Or unwanted factual inferences. The complaint is barred by the applicable statute of limitations. Additionally, the allegations do not form the basis to find police misconduct by the defendant officers. Any unequal treatment of her by the defendant officers or qualifying interest of which she was deprived without due process. They're saying she full of shit. They did their job. Congress did not establish a constant, whatever. You can read it on your own. Michigan is the 3-year limitations period for personal injury claims. The limitations period is told at the time the complaint is filed. Here, 3 of the claims against the defendant's officers are premised on liability arising. Unlawful search, seizure, and detention at count 1, equal protection violation of count 3, and deprivation of due process is count 4 is pled. It's pled. The basis for these claims all occurred during a single encounter between Griffin and defendant officers on January 7th. 2013. She did not file this action until Friday, January 8th, 2016. Thus, counts 1, 3, and 4 are time barred. Took her 3 years to write this case. She's supposed to be advocating for motherfuckers. Not. Meriwether versus City of Memphis. Okay, well, Memphis is Memphis. Memphis got some case law, some federal case law. Okay, then cut up city. Held. Though it was filed only 1 day late, 1983, claim was barred as a matter of law. The fact the plaintiff is untrained in the law, is proceeding without a lawyer, or may have been unaware of the statute of limitations for a certain time does not avoid dismissal. As intentional infliction of emotional distress claim is subject to a 3-year statute of limitations. More case law. This claim accrues at the time the wrong upon which the claim is based was done, regardless of the time when damage results. Again, the interaction between Griffin and defendant officers that gave rise to this claim all occurred on January 7, 2013. Thus, her filing of the action on Friday renders count 5 time barred. Dismissal of count 5 is required. As alleged, count 1 for unlawful search and seizure, subject to certain exceptions. It's a basic principle of Fourth Amendment law that searches and seizures inside a home without a warrant are presumptively unreasonable. However, it is well established exception to the search warrant requirement when voluntary. Voluntary consent to enter home and search is given by homeowner. Moreover, a seizure occurs when, based upon all the surrounding circumstances, a reasonable person will not feel free to leave. Further, a police officer's mere presence at the scene of a search without a showing of direct responsibility for some unlawful action, finding of 1983 liability against that officer. More case law. Holding that officer merely acting as backup cannot be liable for unlawful search claim. Here, Griffin alleges the defendant officers were called to her home to assist defendant Roach conduct her investigation. Griffin admits she gave them consent to enter and understood their purpose for coming inside when she did so. Griffin avers that one unspecified officer assisted in taking photographs inside the home. She alleges no action or inaction by the other of the two officers she avers were present. Importantly, she admits that she was free to leave at any time. She simply suggests she felt compelled to stay because she wanted to get her daughter back. This day version of events. They ain't looking at this lawsuit that she wrote. They looking at the initial fucking police report and all the other shit. Presumably for the same reason, to a mental health transport. She voluntarily agreed to a mental health transport by the defendant officers, which was completed without incident. Thus, as alleged, the defendant officers only engaged in actions that were consented to by Griffin. Under Gandhi, a claim of unlawful search must be dismissed in these circumstances. Additionally, or alternatively, the Fourth Amendment authorizes a mental health detention where an officer has probable cause to believe that person is dangerous to himself or others. The rule of probable cause is a practical, non-technical conception interest. Requiring more would unduly hamper law enforcement. Showing of probable cause into mental health seizure context requires only a probability or substantial chance of dangerous behavior, not an actual showing of such behavior. Just as actual innocence will not render an arrest invalid if it is based on then existing probable cause that criminal activity is occurring. A mental health seizure can rest upon probable cause even when the person seized does not actually suffer from a dangerous mental condition. Ultimately, the court must assess the existence of probable cause from the perspective of a. Hold on, yeah, I need some. I got my mouth dry. Hold on. Reasonable officer on the scene rather than with 2020 vision of hindsight. Here, Griffin consented to a well check inside her home. Once inside, she admits the following factors establishing probable cause for mental health transport would have been observed by the defendant officers. 1, her home was unclean. 2, 3, Griffin focal therapeutic support. Let me read that again. Here, Griffin consented to a well check inside her home. Once inside, she, Nia Griffin, admits the following factors establishing probable cause for mental health transport would have been observed by the defendant officers. Her home was unclean, and she had a 11-year-old staying there. Her home had no power or heat, and she had an 11-year-old staying there. Griffin cried on several occasions, and Griffin admitted to needing psychological therapeutic support. She also avers that defendant Roach felt psychological evaluation. Griffin refused to follow the orders of her therapist, and her daughter feared coming home and made this known to the defendant officers. She also affirms that defendant Roach felt psychological evaluation was needed, given that Griffin refused to follow the orders of her therapist. Griffin's therapist, she refused to follow the orders of her therapist, and her daughter feared coming home. TG feared coming home and made this known to the defendant officers. Under Monday, probable cause is established by these averments. Thus, count 1 for unlawful seizure against the defendant officers fails as a matter of law. Dismissal is proper. Then they threw in qualified immunity. Qualified immunity shields government officials from liability and from suit for damages for discretionary actions taken in the performance of their duties, as long as they did not violate clearly established statutory or constitutional rights of which a reasonable person would have known. Is it me, or did D-Truth take the longest 5 minutes ever? That nigga said 5 minutes like 20 minutes ago. What the fuck? Is he even still up here? Hold on, let me look. Let me check I gotta go to another screen. How you people doing? I see wows and dams, and someone needs to come get baby Hillman out of her care. Oh, he's still here.
Oh, I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back. I'm sorry. I'm working, so I had to step away.
You ready to do something?
All right.
It's all good. I did some work too. I read a couple pages. I'm reading. This is them getting her the fuck up out of here. The purpose of doctrine is to ensure that insubstantial claims against government officials are resolved at the earliest possible stage in litigation. When the qualified immunity defense is raised, okay, we don't need that one. Don't care about that one. Equal protection clause prohibits discrimination by governments which either burdens a fundamental right, targets a suspect class, or intentionally treats one differently than others, similarly situated without any rational basis for difference. A successful equal protection claim requires that the government treated the plaintiff disparately as compared to similarly situated persons. Here, the complaint does not aver that Griffin is a member of any protected class or that she was targeted or burdened differently as compared to others similarly situated. This claim fails as a matter of law. They're just whipping her ass in a motion to dismiss, which she didn't respond to.
Okay, so that part, they're saying that they're not treating her any different than they've treated anyone else, that there's no difference based on any claims that she is making. And they notice they put in their protected class. So they did not single out her because she has PTSD or any other mental illness, as she's stating. There's nothing in the paperwork or nothing in the court case that shows that they went after her because of it. And the reason they're saying that is because we went after you because of what your therapist and the school said. We didn't just say there's a crazy woman, we're going to go get her. They're basing everything off of the therapist and the child's testimony when interviewed. So she can't say they just went after her because she's crazy. But that's what she was trying to say. But she can't prove it because there was already complaints. You understand what I'm saying? So because of those complaints, it nullifies everything that she's saying. Okay, go ahead. I just wanted to put that in there. You back? You back? You should.
I'm not. It's your turn to read, sir.
Oh, okay.
It's your turn.
Failure to plead a deprivation of due process claim to establish either a substantive or procedural due process violation, a plaintiff must first show that the government official named as a defendant deprived her of a constitutionally protected liberty or property interest. Prater versus City of Burnside, Liberty insists that are protectable under the due process clause can raise either directly from the Constitution or indirectly from the laws.
I just been skipping all that shit.
Well, what they're
I just
saying
been
is,
skipping a lot of that and getting down to where they turn her ass up.
Okay, so here, count 4 asserts that Griffin's due process was violated by the defendant's officers when they transported her for mental health evaluation because she was later charged with child abandonment by protective services. You left your kid at school.
Damn, child abandonment. That's what you was charged with, and you pled no contest, motherfucker.
Yeah, you said no contest. And you left your child at school. No one picked your child up, regardless of who you told to pick up the child. It is not your mother's responsibility to pick that child up. It's yours. So if someone else doesn't pick that child up and you don't check with that to make sure they did it, you abandoned your child. End of story. It's just like asking somebody to work for you and then they don't show up. Who's in trouble? You. That was your scheduled shift. It doesn't matter you asked somebody else to do it and they didn't show up. It's on you. So by blaming your mother because I told my mother to pick her up, no, you did not directly speak with your mother. Your mother did not come back and say, oh, yeah, she did ask me.
You the pappy.
Yep. It's your responsibility, not
Hey,
your
wait.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Where was her husband? Now, I need somebody that was around. Was this before or after the sugar incident? Well, I guess it was way before. Never mind. This 2012. She pretended y'all didn't know her in 2012, in 2013. Okay, never mind. Or even 2016 when she made it. But I would imagine she had a husband around then. Where was her husband? Must have been in the single years, I guess. Damn. Child abandonment. Hold on. I'm going to get the next document.
So,
Damn
Michigan just gives people.
Hammerhead, you ain't shit.
So, Michigan gives people to single parents. They allow single parents to foster children.
Michigan apparently don't give a fuck what they doing out here. Apparently, Michigan don't give no fucks, my nigga. They don't care.
Okay, so, however, she does not and could not plead that either of the defendant officers actually played any role in the investigation, bringing or prosecution of any child abandonment charges, or that officers physically removed her daughter from her custody. This renders the due process claim defective on its face. Defendants Hurry conducted neither caused the depravity nor interfered with the process due upon that deprivation. Pittman could not show that she violated his constitutional rights. Oh, they're talking about the case that they're talking about. Therefore, do not qualify immunity. Failure to plead a claim under the Michigan Constitution. Thought somewhat unclear, the unnumbered count beginning appeared to attempt to plead violations of Article 1, search and seizure, due process of the Michigan Constitution. Both fail as a matter of law. Now, everyone understands she is writing this herself, pro se. She has no clue what the law said or what it was. She just put it in there and had no clue that she must justify all of these things in writing in the suit. And they're saying you failed to do all of that. Both failed as a matter of law. Specifically, it was well settled that no monetary remedy is available for violations of the Michigan Constitution in an action against a municipality or a government employee sued in his individual. It stops right there. Okay, so the January 2013 incident.
It was probably going to be individual capacity.
Yeah. The January 20 incident was regarded to only Griffin's daughter. It is unclear why they're referencing to children. The complaint averts instead the defendant Hagler was the individual responsible for the removal of Griffin's daughter and the juvenile proceedings that followed. So remember, she has like 4 people she's suing in this besides the state of Michigan.
Yeah, but they're asking why in the fuck did she mention? Why did she mention AG in there and what AG was going through and shit?
Oh, yeah, there it is. That the capacity. Okay, separately, Griffin's allegations merely restate counts 11 or 1, 2 through 5 regarding the alleged loss of her daughter without due process and alleged denial of fair treatment, none of which had nothing to do with the inactions by the named defendant officers. The defendant officers could not be liable where they were not involved in the alleged wrongdoing or the cause of the purported deprivation of rights. Plaintiffs would plead that each government official defendant, through the official's own individual actions, has violated the Constitution. Griffin has not pled any factual allegations against her defendant officers, alleging in an actionable wrong or deprivation of a protected right. Dismissal of the unnumbered deprivation of rights under the Michigan Constitution claim is proper. Conclusion and relief requested. Oh, here we go. Pro se plaintiffs, like we said, she's doing this shit on her own, are treated to less stringent standards, but they are not automatically entitled to take every case to trial. So she's saying because she don't know anything and she's really not a lawyer and she's doing this by herself, that they should give her a leeway in the way she filed things, or her not having proper statements or not putting them in the proper order. So she's trying to get some kind of relief that she's doing this by herself and she's not a lawyer. But that they tell you that you're not going to be given any special treatment or just because you're doing this on your own. You chose to do this on your own. Here, there's no question that Griffin failed to timely bring this action. Furthermore, she has plainly failed to state a claim as against the defendant's officers as a matter of law. Dismissal under Rule 12b-6 is required. Wherefore, defendants request this court enter an order granting this motion, dismissing all claims against them with prejudice, awarding their costs and fees, and granting such other relief as may be appropriate. That's very important that you listen to that. Awarding their costs and fees, granting such other relief as may be appropriate. They are suing her back for the cost and the fees that each individual had to encounter because of this lawsuit. So she owes them money for whatever lawyer fees, whatever filing fees, whatever had to be filed on their behalf. So that's even more money she owes. No, I don't jump on me. I'm just saying, single parents. Why you go in there? And how did she get a child when she didn't have a job? That's what I'm saying. She's a single parent with no job. That's all I'm saying. Calm down, people. Damn, these women get upset when you say certain things, don't they? E. Brooks throwing shit at me. Now Candy in on it. Leanne in on it. God, oh, man. I'm sorry. I'm going to take it back. Single parents should be okay. There you go. Happy now? Okay. Now, okay. There was something there. Okay.
I was just showing how the motions to dismiss. It was another just motions to dismiss, and it's pretty much breaking down why all of them people wrote to the police department, everybody, and missile.
Okay. Defendant's request enter granting this motion, dismissing all claims against them with prejudice, but that awarding their cost and fees. So she had to pay their costs and their fees because of this lawsuit. Now you have to ask for that. So they must have asked for it because the judge gave it to them. Well, at the time, I think that she took them in. I think she was working and she was living in that house.
She claimed when AG got arrested and sentenced for sexually assaulting TG, she lost everything. She went crazy. She couldn't work. It was just a toll on her. She couldn't do nothing. She couldn't wash her ass, nothing. She couldn't be the lace wig master no more. Like, but who was wearing lace front wigs and shit in 2012? Who was doing that in 2012 wearing lace fronts? That's some shit they doing now. That's some shit they've been doing the past 4 years.
Well, she was the lace wig master.
I'm just sure that's nothing. Okay, we got more case numbers and stuff. We'll let it be fake. Very, very compelling for some fake shit.
Yeah, well, you heard it last time.
There we go.
That we make fake documents. All right, so the undersigned counsel certifies that she communicated in writing with the plaintiff, explaining the nature of the relief to be sought by way of this motion and seeking concurrence in the relief. And 3 business days have lapsed without Griffin expressly agreeing to the relief, verbally or in writing. Defendant Ranch thought her undersigned counsel, through her undersigned counsel, files the motion to dismiss pursuant to federal law or rule because the claims against her time barred by the applicable statute of limitation. For this reason, which is supported by the law, an argument contained in the attachment of brief in support, respectively request that the court grant this motion to dismiss and award any reasonable relief. Remember, the judge said she had to pay the fees and court costs, or the lawyer, the fees and court costs. Certify the indictment complies with local rule, including double space. Blah, 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 blah. All right, that's just that. Okay. So they asked her in writing, and she never responded.
Yeah, you ain't got to read that. That's just saying how she was gonna have to. Yeah, that's how she was supposed to submit her shit when she typed it up with all this stuff there. Just more official paperwork, got the dates and stuff. I want to peel that up. Respectfully submitted. The attorney general signed that motherfucker. And they came to bat for they folk.
The defendant's name is Roach.
They came to bat for they folk on that one. Got you thrown the fuck up out of there. Roach.
There's a
Ranch or Roach, one of them.
Yeah, there's Ranch. Yeah, it looks like Ranch. And Hagler, but isn't it with a Z? There was no defendant.
Hagler, some white bitch.
There was nobody named that. Her name was Hezink or something like that. Okay.
Okay. Here go most statement of facts.
Plaintiff brought this suit under alleging defendants of health and human resources, employees, along with law enforcement, violated a number of her constitutional rights. The case arises out of Child Protective Service investigating beginning in January 7, 2013, when CPS received a child abuse / neglect complaint regarding Griffin's youngest daughter, TG. Roach is a DHS service specialist. Griffin alleged defendant with the Warren Police Department. Defendants entered, searched, and photographed her home as part of the investigation in violation of the Fourth Amendment prohibition against unreasonable search and seizure. You got to go up. Okay, so it says, defendants entered, searched, and photographed her home as part of the investigation in violation of the Fourth Amendment against unreasonable search and seizure. There are no other allegations regarding defendant Ranch. This is where they start telling her there is no one named Hagler. Right here says the undersigned counsel does not represent defendant Lisa Hagler because no such person is or has been employed by the DHHS. See right there, they say there's nobody by that name that works here. Who are you talking about? But in other court documents, it was with a Z. But remember, that is the person that was on the phone. She never actually met with that person. It was always over the phone that Ranch called her supervisor. She thinks her supervisor is named Hagler. Okay. Applicable legal standards, failure to state claim upon which relief can be granted. When deciding a motion under this rule, the court must ensure that the complaint in the light most favorable to the plaintiff, except all factual allegations are true, and determine whether the complaint contains enough facts to state a claim to relief that is plausible on its face. All claims arising out of January 7th, 2013 search of the plaintiff's home are barred by the statute of limitation. Yes, remember this happened in 2013. She filed the complaint later in 2016. So it was past the 3-year mark, which means she had no legal right to file that complaint. Griffin filed her complaint on January 8th, 2016. Trey. She filed it a day late. The complaint on January 8th, 2016 was the search was on January 7th, 2013. Griffin filed
a day late and a daughter short.
January 8th, 3 years and 1 day after the complaint of incident. Thus, her claim is time barred. The statute of limitation for claims in the state statute. Wait, I want to tell everybody it was 3 years. So it's 3 years. Okay, under the federal law developed the Sixth Circuit, the statute, the limitation for claims alleging an unconstitutional search and seizure begins to run at the time of the injury when the plaintiff, God damn it, Trey.
That shit ain't important. We fuck that. That ain't important. Here we go.
All right, so here Griffin alleges that on Monday, January 7th, defendant Ranch conducted an illegal search of her home. The claim occurred. Griffin filed her complaint on Friday, January 8th, 2016, which was not a weekend, holiday, or other court closing. According to the Farmers Almanac, the leap year occurred on Wednesday, February 29th, 2012. When is next? None of these potentially enlarging events are relevant or affect the calculation of the statute of limitation on Griffin's Fourth Amendment claim. Because Griffin filed her complaint 1 day after the statute of limitations expires, her claim is time barred. Accordingly, the claim against defendant Ranch should be dismissed. You missed by 1 day.
Hold on, my bad. No, my bad. No, that was an accident there, my G. That was an accident.
Okay, so conclusion and relief requested. Plaintiff's complaint contains one claim against defendant Ranch, a Fourth Amendment claim based on an alleged illegal search. So if she had showed up on January 8th and filed this, they would have looked at it and took it to court.
Maybe.
The complaint, however, was filed outside the statute of limitation and is therefore time barred. For this reason, respectfully request that the court dismiss the claims against her in its entirety with prejudice.
Complaint.
And this was filed on February 12, 2016. Well, you know, she has a problem with filing paperwork. You know, she's as bad as Essie Berry with filing paperwork. But for you to miss by 1 day, and they were like, nah, fuck it, it's over. You missed. Okay, now come defendants' warrant police officers. By and through their attorney, Kirk, damn it, Trey, and their response in opposition to plaintiff's complaint. Okay, plaintiff initiated the instant lawsuit on January 8th and served the city of Warren on or about January 27th. On February 17, 2016, defendant filed a motion to dismiss in lieu of an answer. Given that the federal court claimed under the state law tort claims are plainly time barred, and the defendant filed a motion to dismiss in lieu of it. Magistrate judge issued an order requiring plaintiff to respond to the depositive motion filed by defendants, also the one filed by co-defendant. Plaintiff did not comply, and no response has been filed to date. Instead, on April 5th, the plaintiff filed a motion for leave to file First Amendment complaint. As set forth below, plaintiff's motion for leave to amend must be denied as to defendant officer and proposed new defendant, City of Warren, and Warren police officer, on the grounds that the proposed amendment are futile and could not survive a motion to dismiss. So she tried to amend it, but when they told her to amend it, she didn't do it. She came back months later to try to amend it, and they're saying it's no, you can't do that. Either you did it then, but you're not coming back now and trying to amend something that you should have did a long time ago. Oh, there's a good piece down there. Okay, what's that? Okay. Plaintiff, while afforded some level of leniency as pro se litigant, was obviously versed well enough in court procedures to have filed motions and requested deadline extensions, such as that dismissal for failure to meet certain deadlines imposed by the court order was proper. The action was not dismissed as a result of inartful pleading or any lack of legal training, but rather because he failed to adhere to readily comprehended court deadlines, of which he was well aware. I think they're meeting her, right?
It's funny. The court's calling you a he, ma'am. That's funny.
Yeah. One might argue that relaxed pro se pleading standards would have precluded the district court from dismissing the complaint had the court not first afforded plaintiff an opportunity to respond to defendant's rule. The magistrate judge, however, not only gave plaintiffs a chance to respond to the motion, but actually ordered them to do so. Defendant's motion pointed out the plaintiff's failure in the complaint to allege how they were prejudiced by these alleged deficiencies. Indeed, there is no indication of any missed deadlines. Or, then it goes to another one. So they did give her leniency, but because she has acted before and did what she was supposed to do, they're saying that
the
no.
judge said, bitch, you better respond, and she didn't respond.
And he gave her leniency, and he asked her to respond and gave an order to respond, and she failed to do so. The same procedural history and defect in the pleading is presented here. Plaintiff did not comply with judge order requiring respond to pleading deposit motions. Instead, long after the deadline to do so lapsed, plaintiff filed the instant motion to amend in hopes of reviving her claim. The motion be denied and the defendant's motion to dismiss be granted. Under these circumstances, leave to amend properly denied as futile. Even the court were to entertain plaintiff's attempt to file the instant motion, plaintiff's attempt should be denied as futile. General standards. The decision as to whether to grant or deny leave to amend pursuant to federal. In fact, the plaintiff, other than plaintiff Coker and Pilgrim, they're reading another person's. The least responded late to the rule. However, the district court properly gave. Oh, we lost it. So they're reading another case of what they're trying to compare it to. That there's other. When they do that, they're saying, well, this is how the court ruled on a very similar situation. And we should stay with this ruling, not go off it. But Rule 15A does not give plaintiff. Oh, we're gone. Plaintiff's proposed amendments are clearly futile, as defendant officers, City of Warren, and Warren police officers are through a comparison of plaintiff's original complaint and her proposed amendment complaint reveals that although she apparently abandoned her daughter claim under the Michigan Constitution, she has not, in fact, cured any of the fatal defects raised by the defendant's motion to dismiss. So what they mean here is that they put a bunch of things forward on why it should be dismissed. She has not said anything in her motion that would attempt to contradict anything that they're saying. She's just repeating her first order. So she hasn't contradicted anything that they said or shown any facts to dispute their dismissal. You understand what I'm saying, Trey? So they put things forward. She had no response to any of those things. So they're saying, you haven't shown us anything. Why should we grant your amendment to go forward? Okay, the original complaint and her proposed amendment complaint reveal that she's apparently abandoned. Most importantly, all of her allegations against proposed warrant defendants still involve an incident on January 7th, 2013, such that they are time barred as a matter of law. For this reason, as set forth in detail below, plaintiff's motion for leave to amend must be denied. Now remember, this is them writing this to the judge on why they should be granted the dismissal. Okay. She didn't give any account on why it took her so long to do these things, or why she needed to be granted more time to do these things when they already went out of their way for her. Proposed counts 7 and 12 are time barred. Now they keep talking about the time barred. That means it's past the statute of limitation. You did it a day late and $1 short. Sorry. The proposed amendment complaint attempts to add the following claims as against new defendant, City of Warren, and count 7 for damages under section. So she added the City of Warren as part of the lawsuit. Okay, so count 12 for the violation of Americans with Disability Act. Other than the title of these two claims, the avertment for each are identical. Without addressing the legal failures to the state, a claim inherent in having so plead these claims, the simple reality is that both proposed counts 7 and 12 are time barred. Again, they go back to you were late. Sorry, can't do it. More specifically, the statute of limitations for count 7 and 12 are governed by the applicable state statute of limitation for personal injury actions. The ADA or the Rehabilitation Act claims also look to the state statute of limitation for personal injury. Here, the period is 3 years as set forth. The attempt to plead these claims now regarding conduct that allegedly occurred on January 7th, 2013, renders them time-based. That's a slap in the face that you did it one day late. And they will use that against you, people. You got to understand, when you file papers, you better know the statute of limitation, and you better be early, because again, somebody is filing that, and the timestamp has to be before the 3-year period.
$1 short.
Okay. Proposed count 1 alleges a civil conspiracy against the proposed Warren defendants, pursuant in connection with the events that occurred exclusively on January 7th. Proposed count 2 alleges violation of 4th and 14th Amendment due process rights. Officer Selman, in connection with the events that occurred entirely on, remember that they're specifying entirely on January 7th, 2013. Proposed count 3 alleges claims that unlawful search and seizure under the 4th and 14th Amendment in connection with the events that only occurred on January 7th, 2013. Lastly, proposed count 4 alleges claims of violation of the Equal Protection Clause under the 14th Amendment against officers in connection with the events on January 7th, 2013. Regarding proposed claim count 1, claims brought under were governed by most and not, well, can't even say that word, statute of limitation. Again, 3 years. She did it 3 years and 1 day.
And she failed to prove how she was a protected class and discriminated against.
So when she said that they unlawfully searched her house and violated her 4th and 14th Amendment, she couldn't put that in because it never happened other than that day. So she had 3 years to file it, and she didn't. The facts given raised proposed occurred during a single encounter between Griffin and Warren officers. Now, see, they've moved on from ranch, and now they're talking about the police officers that the police officers are involved, so she's suing them.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Before that, they just want to point out the fact the plaintiff is untrained in the law, is proceeding without a lawyer, or may have been unaware of the statute of limitations for a certain time does not avoid dismissal. They're saying, let's not just forget, just because she's a dumbass, don't mean that she get to avoid dismissal.
Well, see, if it had went to trial, they would have said we had reasonable cause. I asked her a simple question. I asked her, is there anyone else in the house? And due to the fact that we have a complaint by your therapist and your daughter, we are going to search your house. Again, they ask you, you could say no. So you guys are just going to sit around until they get a warrant. That's all that's going to happen. Let's see, anything else on there? No, it's just again, they're talking about the dismissal. And it is a single event between Warren and the officers. The proposed claims for negligent infliction of emotional distress, count 15 of the proposed amendment, and the intentional infliction of emotional distress are subject to 3 years statute of limitation. Such a claim occurs at the time the wrong upon which the claim is based. January 7th, 2013. You filed January 8th. Such a claim occurs at the time the wrong claim is based was done regardless of the time when damages resulted. The express basis is for each of the claims as against the proposed warrant defendants is, again, the single encounter between Griffin and the Warren officers. Leave to amend to assert proposed counts 15 and 16 against the proposed is futile and properly denied. Okay. Conclusion and relief requested. Pro se plaintiffs are treated to less stringent standards, but they are not automatically entitled to take every case to trial. Here, Plaintiff Griffin failed to timely bring this action as to the proposed warrant defendants. Further, she has plainly failed to state a claim as a matter of law. Most specifically, however, she failed to take action as required by the judge order to respond. Accordingly, defendant's motion to dismiss shall be granted, and this motion shall be denied as futile. Wherefore, defendants request this court enter an order granting defendant's motion to dismiss and dismissal of all claims against defendant set forth with prejudice, denying plaintiff's motions for leave to file first amended complaint regarding proposed counts 1 through 4 and 7, 12, 15, and 16, awarding defendants their cost and fees. Now remember, she was awarded cost and fees with the CPS workers. So now she got to pay for the police officers too. I gotta go back and look because they would have had to sue her for that. So she has to pay lawyer fees and court costs that the defendants all occurred to defend themselves in this trial. Okay, so this part is against Hagler. On January 8th, 2016, plaintiff Griffin filed a pro se civil complaint entered into in search of her home by Michigan Child Protective Services workers and Warren Police. Before the court are motions to dismiss filed by defendants Ranch and Warren police officers. Both motions have been referred for reports and recommendation for the reason discussed below. I recommend that both motions be granted and these defendants be dismissed with prejudice. Now understand, if they dismiss it with prejudice, you can't bring this lawsuit back. You can't ask for the same exact thing you just got dismissed. It's done. If they say without prejudice, then you may, at a later date, reapply for the civil suit. Ms. Griffin states at the time of filing the complaint.
Hey, wait, before you go. Now, Hammerhead told this story about her adopting these children when one was 2 and one was 4. They 2 years apart. Man, 2012, one would have been 10 and one would have been 12. Read what the facts say about when she got them kids.
Facts. Miss Griffin states that at the time of filing the complaint, she was a former foster parent and adopted parent of 2 highly traumatized children for the Michigan foster care system. It appears she had adopted these children as early as 2010. Between 2012 and January of 2013, Ms. Griffin and possibly the children.
Well, wait, hold up. She got the kids in 2010, which meant the kid would have been 8 and 10, not 2 and 4, as she says.
Yes, exactly. Neither one of these.
She just always lying about something.
Neither one of these were toddlers at the time. So the whole where they were changing a diaper and they saw something is out the window. Now remember, that's what she said
And she had to take her to the, and she took her to the doctor and all of this shit. You weren't in their lives, man.
Yeah. As children, you weren't. Now, it may have happened to them. That story may be true, but it wasn't in your care. And it wasn't your mama. Because didn't she say her mama was changing her diapers and she saw something strange? And then the oldest one is the one that said who did it.
I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was a nasty laugh, and I think I listened to like 2 minutes of it because it was a nasty laugh. I couldn't deal with it.
All right, so let's go back. It appears that she had adopted these children as early as 2010. Between 2012 and January of 2013, Miss Griffin and possibly the children, the complaint is less than clear at this point, attended therapy sessions. On January 7th, Miss Griffin attended a morning therapy session. Now remember that, because that's very important, that she attended a morning therapy session. Okay.
These is the judge's notes too, G. These is the judge's facts. These the judge's notes, because remember, you just read where the judge said we're gonna dismiss this shit with prejudice. He recommends it. The magistrate or whoever this is, I think this is the magistrate.
Okay, so
but this is his notes.
Yeah, a therapy session. Then went to D.
She went to that morning therapy session.
Yes, which is very important because the therapist is who called CPS, not the school. Her therapist called that afternoon after she had left from her therapy thing. Now, in order to put this in thing, she went to lunch with her mother after the therapy session. She took her mother to lunch, and then after lunch, she went to the DTE office to have electrical services restored to her home. She is alleged that she called her mother, leaving a voicemail message asking her to pick up her daughter from school. Ms. Griffin states that shortly after 4 p.m., defendant Ranch arrived at her home. Miss Ranch informed her.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, sir. Sir, wait a minute. So she left a voicemail, but she never heard back from her mama saying, I'll pick her up. And she just thought that her mama picked her up.
Assumed
just because she left the voicemail?
Yep, left the voicemail. Didn't know if her mother got it or not. But remember,
even though she was with her mama earlier eating it, what was it? What was they at Cracker Barrel? They was
1 o'clock.
They were eating Cracker Barrel, G.
Yeah, they went to lunch. She took her mother home and she headed to the office to turn her electricity on. Now, at 3 hours later, CPS showed up. Now, remember, her daughter gets picked up at 3:15. So at 4 o'clock, CPS is at the door, but it wasn't the school that picked up that called CPS. Ranch was already on her way there because the therapist had called CPS after the therapy session. So Helmet Head said something to the therapist that got the therapist worried to call CPS on her. So she said something that alerted the therapist that there's something wrong, and I think that child may be in danger. Because she didn't call the police, she called CPS. So she said something about that daughter, Trey. Because if she said she was going to harm herself, she would have called the cops, right? If she had told the therapist that she's going to harm herself, the first call from the therapist would have been the police to get her. So she doesn't do it. But instead, the therapist called CPS. So what did she say to that therapist to make the therapist call CPS and not the police? That's my question. Okay, so Miss Griffin states that shortly after 4, defendants arrived at her home. Informing a call was placed to CPS concerning the safety and well-being of her daughter. See what I'm saying? So it wasn't about the well-being of her, it was the well-being of the daughter. So what did she say to the therapist to cause the therapist to worry about the daughter's safety?
That she was gonna kill her daughter, which is, the people showed up. She said, if they said I was gonna hurt somebody, that's not true. She already knew what what it was when she seen them.
Yes, and the reason I'm saying that she didn't call the police because she didn't say anything about harming herself. Because if you say you're going to harm yourself, your therapist is obligated to call the police to come and take you to the hospital. Not the ambulance, the police show up. And I know I've seen it many times. Many times. The police show up and then the ambulance comes. So the call, if she was going to hurt herself, the call should have been to the police department, not CPS. But again, the call should have been to the police too if she thought she was going to harm her daughter. So it says, Miss Griffin states that shortly after some conversation said that she had to call her supervisor, who Griffin believes to be defendant Hagler. Following this call, Ms. Rand said that she would need to gain access to Griffin's home to make sure things are safe for you and your daughter. Griffin declined entry. When Miss Griffin declined entry to her home, Ms. Rand says, if I have to, Ms. Griffin, I will call the police to gain access. A short time later, warrant police officers arrived. The officer asked Ms. Griffin if they could step in for a moment just to make sure she was okay, telling her the defendant Rance expressed concerns for her safety and felt she might harm herself. When the defendant officer told her that this was considered a well check, we have to come in and see if you're okay. Miss Griffin believed that she had to comply, allowing officers into her home. Rance followed. Griffin alleges that after the officer asked her some questions, he and Rance searched the and photographed her entire home, including the refrigerator and kitchen cabinets. Ms. Griffin states that she did not recall, nor does she believe that verbal consent was given to search her home. Later that night, learned that her daughter had been placed in foster home. She alleges on the following day, defendant, what is this name? Defendant
Heisenberg, and she called him Hagler.
Yeah, Heisenberg.
She called Heisenberg Hagler.
That's what I thought. Yeah. It says right there next to it, Hagler committed fraud upon the court by presenting and swearing under oath information known to the defendant to be untrue. More specifically, she alleges that Hagler intentionally withheld exculpatory evidence that would have been beneficial to plaintiff Griffin and her daughter. In court, in count 1 of her complaint, Griffin claimed the defendant Ranch and the warrant officer violated her Fourth Amendment rights as a result of the events. She brings the same claim against CPS workers in count 2. In count 3 and 4, she brings claims under the Equal Protection and Due Process Clause, respectively, against the warrant officers. Count 5, Griffin brings a due process claim alleging that individual CPS defendants removed daughter from the care and custody of her mother without basis or due process of law. Wrong. She never was in your mother's care. She was still at school. Based on the search and seizure, she brings a law claims against all defendants based on search and seizure provisions of the Michigan Constitution, as well as subjecting plaintiff to loss of her daughter without due process and denying her fair and just treatment in the court of an investigation. Seek dismissal based on statute of limitation. Defendants also claim qualified immunity. The court ordered Ms. Griffin to respond to motions to dismiss by March 23rd, 2016. She has not done so, so instead she filed a motion to amend her complaint on April 5th. Now remember, the judge ordered her to put in a motion by March 23rd of that year. She did not. She came back in April and put in this amended. So now don't think they were skirting what actually happened. Lawyers will always look for the easiest out. Whatever is the easiest out, and by law, the statute of limitation was the easiest out. They could have easily defeated this in court because of the wellness check, because of the CPS claims, the therapist claims. They could have easily beat this. She would have had no basis to do any of this if they had just looked at the facts of the case. And the judge is actually saying that some of these things you're saying, you can't substantiate. But because you did it after the statute of limitation, that's the easiest way for us to dismiss this case. Okay, on count 6, which Ms. Griffin brings against all defendants, she alleges denial of fair and just treatment in the course of an investigation. This would presumably include CPS involvement in abuse and neglect procedures occurring after January 7th. However, contrary to the requirements, there are no factual allegations that defendant Rand or Warren police or had any personal involvement in any events after January 7th. Rather, Ms. Griffin alleges that it was defensive Hagler who sought to a removal order, who provided false information under oath to court. To the extent that Ms. Griffin brings any claims against defendant for events occurring after January 7th that are factual, deficient, and thus implausible under whatever that word is. While the defendant has not specifically raised issues to the counts, the court may nevertheless, whatever that word is, dismiss this count as to them. A district court may at any time, it's a sponte dismissal, a complaint for lack of subject matter jurisdiction pursuant to Rule 12 of the federal rule. The procedure with alleges of the complaints are total implausible, unattended,
attenuated, unsubstantial, frivolous, devoid of merit, or no longer open to discussion. This sounds like some shit Jesse Jackson would say.
So in other words, you lied, lady. You lied. None of those things happened. So she's contesting that, this because I filed it late, that's why they threw it out. Everything I'm saying is true. No, it's not. You left your child at school. Nobody picked your child up. And your therapist said that you were going to hurt the child. Nor has Ms. Griffin asked for or shown an entitlement to equivocal tolling of the statute of limitation, equivalently tolling in sparingly granted, and is Ms. Griffin's burden to establish that remedy. So what they're saying is, what is your reason for not filing when you were supposed to? What happened? Were you in the hospital? Did you get sick? Were you in jail? What is the reason that you couldn't do what you were supposed to do? That's
her email wasn't working, right? Her email wasn't working.
She had no ride.
She didn't get the email.
I didn't get the email. I didn't have a ride to the court. I therefore, okay, so this is the conclusion. So this is the judge's papers, right? So this is the conclusion. Therefore, recommend that defendant Rand's motion to dismiss and defendant Stellman and Doe's motion to dismiss. The word Doe is because she didn't get the right person. And remember, they had withdrew Hagler from the suit because no such person worked, and Hagler didn't have an attorney because there was no such person. Okay? And that the complaint be dismissed with precedence as to these defendants. Any objection to this report and recommendations must be filed within 14 days of service of a copy herefore as provided. The failure to specifically objection constitutes a waiver of any rights of appeal. So if you don't get it in, you're done. It's over. He gave you a chance to explain why you couldn't do it on time. And he said you didn't do it. Is there another one? Hey, Nunya. Let me go check on.
Sir, you did not read that entire. You did not read that entire thing.
Wait. Yeah, I said
filing and
you want me to
objections
read
was
the little
raised
stuff?
some issues, but yeah, it's just because they're talking about the Griffin. They talking about her.
Okay. Provides a community the statute of limitation the day that the triggered events occur. In this case, is not counted. The day the triggered event occurred is, of course, the date of the claim occurs. This results in the statute of limitations running out the same calendar date, month and day in the claim occurs. In this case, then the statute of limitation ran on January 7th, 2006, one day before Ms. Griffin filed her complaint. The proposed amendment complaint, which add defendants' accounts, will be the subject of a separate order. So the judge just said, you filed it late. We're done here. You go check out my new hit song. All right, here we go. Okay, the matter is presently before the court on the report and recommendations of the magistrate, issued on August 24th, 2016. Damn it. Okay. The motion to dismiss be granted. The parties have not filed objections to the R&R, and the time to be so has expired. The failure to file timely objected to the R&R constitutes a waiver of the rights to further jurisdiction review. It does not appear the Congress intended to require district court review of the magistrate. Okay, under a due novar or any other standard, which neither party objects to in those findings, failure to waive substantial review of the matter. As a rule, party failure to object to any proposed error or omission to the magistrate judge's report waivers further judicial review of the point. So he's saying, hey, you didn't get your shit in. Nobody else is going to look at this. I am dismissing it with prejudice. It's over. You're done. However, there are some authority that a district court is required to review the R&R for clear errors. When no timely has been filed, the court need only satisfy itself that there's no clear errors on the face of the record in order to accept the recommendations. When they say that, they're meaning that there was no clerical errors, it wasn't filed wrong, everything was put in on time, the judge has it, it's stamped. That's what they're saying. So if there's no clerical errors, there's no apparent errors, then we can go forward with my recommendations. Okay, so therefore, the court has reviewed and cleared for error. On the face of the record, the court finds no clear and accepts the recommendations. Accordingly, defendants' motions to dismiss are granted and plaintiffs' claim to dismiss with prejudice as defendant Liz Rance and John Doe, defendants who worked at the Warren Police Service, so ordered. So he just agreed with everything that the defendant's lawyers put in. It has now been dismissed with prejudice.
This just in. I just got a message that said the counsel's defendants definitely request their costs and fees be recouped per by him here. I guess this gonna be in here too. I just got that.
Yeah, it says it right there that they've been that they asked for it. Now the judge hasn't granted that part yet because we haven't read that he is so ordering that cost and fees be recouped. So he hasn't ordered it yet. He's still on the part where this is what I recommended, all to be dismissed with prejudice. And he's at that part. So he hasn't got to the part where he's about to tell her that you owe these people money. You got to pay these people back for all the money they paid to defend themselves against the case that has now been dismissed. Let's see. On January 8th, 2016, plaintiff Nia Griffin filed a pro se civil complaint centered on January 7th into the search and seizure for home. According to the defense, motion to dismiss be granted. On September 14, 2016, the court accepted my recommendations and granted the defendant's motion to dismiss. Still pending is plaintiff's motion to amend her complaint, which she filed instead of a response to the defendant's motion to dismiss. She seeks to add numerous claims and several other defendants. So what she did was she amended the complaint. She didn't talk about them dismissing it. She amended the complaint to add other defendants without answering the judge. She has not answered the judge. You have to answer the judge and tell the judge why this shouldn't be dismissed, not go back and amend charges and add people to it without first addressing the dismissal. Pro se or not, you should know that you need to address this before you go forward. If the judge granted you the right to continue and he denied the dismissal, then you could have amended your court. You could have added people or changed or added more charges or changed or added defendants. But because he's already dismissed it, there's no case to add anybody to. It's over. He dismissed it with prejudice. You can't bring it back. Okay. States that after a respondent pleading is filed, a complaint may be amended only by leave of the court. The court has to agree with it. Leave shall be freely given with justice as required. However, despite the general rules liability, which leads to file amended complaints to be granted. The Sixth Circuit has held that when a proposed amendment complaint will not survive a motion to dismiss. Remember, she's trying to amend it, but it's already been filed to dismiss. She never answered to file to dismiss. She just went ahead and bypassed that and started amending her court case. The court may properly deny the amendment as futile. The grant or denial of an opportunity to amend is within the discretion of the district court. In my R&R, I explained the statute of limitation for federal civil rights claims in the district is 3 years, the same as Michigan's statute of limitation for personal injury claims. Original complaint was based on actions that occurred on January 7th, more than 3 years before a complaint was filed. Therefore, the claim asserted that the complaint were time barred. The same reason applies to the allegations in a proposed amendment, complaining arising out of conduct of January 7th, specifically allegations against the defendant police officers and defendant ranch. The judge is telling her, we've already dismissed it because you were late in filing. Why are you coming back with more shit? You're still late. Moreover, the bulk of the new allegations leveled against the new defendants, all of whom are employees of the State Department of Health and Human Services, relate to the conduct alleged to have occurred in February and March of 2013. Plaintiff filed her motion to amend on April 5th, 2016, more than 3 years later. So what they're saying here is the actions that she amended in her complaint occurred in February and March. She filed the amended motion.
So you still late, bitch.
She filed the motion in April, which makes her a month late of filing on those specific dates. So they occurred in February and March. She filed in April. That is more than 3 years later. It says, okay, more than 3. Those claims are likewise time barred. The relation back doctrine of Rule 15 does not apply. Amendments will not survive preclusive application of the statute of limitation unless the amendments are corrections of misnomers, which is here plaintiff seeks to bring substantiated claims.
Misnomers.
Seeks to bring substantiated claims of which she was clearly aware in 2013, and namely names entirely new defendants, and does not seek to correct the misnomers. As to those and other claims against the DHHS workers, which involves principally around plaintiff's allegations that these workers provided false information in child protective proceeding in state court, the defendants are protected by qualified immunity based on the Sixth Circuit decision. Court assumed that under due process clause, the plaintiff had a fundamental liberty interest in maintaining his parent-child relationship. The plaintiff in Pittman alleged the social worker made false representations to the court in a parental. So right there, they're talking about the case, and they tried to keep, I guess, the parent from the child. The plaintiff also names the Department of Health. Okay. Termination case and interfered with the rights to participate in those proceedings, finding that the social workers were entitled. Go up, Trey. There, right there.
That's
Finding-
just more case law. That ain't got
No,
shit to do with her.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's just more case law.
Okay, so the Department of Human Services involved the child removal process in which the evidence showed that the social workers were privy to the plaintiff's father. What? Evidence showed that the social workers were privy to the plaintiff's father's contact information, but decided not to contact him. DHS investigation indicated that he had made no effort to verify the mother's allegations of abuse. The social worker were protected by qualified abuse. Oh, they're talking about that
It's
case.
more case law.
Yeah, more case stuff. Okay, so it says because plaintiff's proposed amendment
Claims motive to amend her complaint
would be subject to dismissal under granting leave to amend would be futile. According to plaintiff's motion to amend complaint, denied. It is so ordered. So her motion to amend the complaint was denied. Remember, she added more charges and she added more defendants. But the judge has denied all of it.
We got more.
Okay.
Debtors. We got chapter 7.
So proof of oral notice of trustee's intent to file motion to dismiss. Okay, so the trustee being duly sworn deposed and states the following: the debtor failed to appear the meeting of creditors on 11/2/17. Okay, so she's filing for bankruptcy. And what happens in bankruptcy?
Didn't show up as usual.
Yeah. What happens in bankruptcy, all notices go out to the debtors, the people that are owed the money. They have a chance to come and plead their case, but she has to be present for that. That is filing motion to dismiss the case for the debtor's failure to attend the meeting. If the creditor opposes the motion or seeks a hearing, the creditor must file and serve on the trustee's an objection or request for hearing within 14 days. If the objection is requested for hearing, it is not timely filed and served, the court may enter an order dismissing the case without a hearing. You have to, every time the court orders you in a bankruptcy, you have to show up. You can't, and you have to disclose all your debts, but they mostly go through your credit report to find all your debts. And if there's more debts, you have to tell them and they will investigate them. But all your debts are required to receive a letter stating that you have the intent to file chapter 7 or 11, and there's a whole bunch of other numbers. But if you file a chapter 7 or 11, all your debts are required to receive in written notice that you are filing for bankruptcy and relief. And then they have to show the court on why they should not be entered into that bankruptcy and that you duly owe them the money. Okay, fair to appear at creditors meeting, no response or objections were timely served. The court is fully advised of the facts. It is ordered that the above entitled case is dismissed without prejudice. So she has a chance to file this again.
She got her bankruptcy thrown out.
Yeah, so the bankruptcy has been denied, which I'm thinking her having to pay the court fees and stuff was somehow involved in that. I think we just read. So this is just saying that it's been it's been dismissed. The case is unreasonably delayed that is prejudicial to the creditors. So if you ask for a continuance or something like that, they have to go to the actual creditors. And if the creditors say, well, I can't come that day, I need it to be this day, then you either show up or you may get it dismissed. Well, yes, the utilities were turned off.
Yeah, that was it. She was trying to get it thrown off.
Yeah, she was trying to
get this shit off her credit.
Yeah, she was trying to get it to where she didn't have to pay any of that. And I'm guaranteeing that those court fees and all that were pretty big. I mean, it's only a month, but still, you're paying. I don't know any lawyers that are less than $150 an hour. Hell, lawyers to do your bankruptcy are about $150, $200 an hour. And they bill you for everything. And yes, she was broke before any of this happened. Because her
did you see anything in there about a settlement?
No, I didn't see anything in there that said that she said that. Well, I didn't see anything in there other than they were granted the cost and fees. So there's nothing in there that says that.
I thought she was tossed out on her ass. Can't come back no more.
No, she can't file this anymore. No amendments, nothing. It's over. It's done. That's why I laughed when she said they settled with her. Why would they settle? That's ridiculous. They're not that stupid. You couldn't come back. And if you attempted to come back with any kind of lawsuit that is anywhere familiar with this, it's going to be thrown out like it was now.
Hey, the truth.
Yeah.
The truth.
Yeah.
Baby UP mom is a sex offender.
Pretty much. She went to jail for 4 years.
Yeah. But her and her sister still be living together, though. They got evicted from the same place twice in a year.
Well,
this is crazy. I guess it's
other.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
Hell, Miss Show ain't gonna protect him.
She didn't protect her in the first place. And then violated her again.
Like Chase Drive. She lit the house on Chase Drive, bro. That's the house CPS came to. You let that go. Huh. Because you was definitely there. That was the address you had in 2012, 2013. Warren, you said you had just recently moved there. I need to check my records and see when Checkerboard died. Cause I don't think we was under the impression that Checkerboard probably left you that house, but hell no, not in 2012, 13. In 2010, apparently you was still at your mama's house. Because you said that's what, remember, the paper said due to a recent move from Detroit from your mama house where y'all was staying. So like in 2010, you were old and a bit staying at your mama house. I'm just saying your baby was almost 30. Your real baby was almost 30 in 2010, G. It's shit. Man, and you was staying at your mama house, and then in 2000, and then you went to Chase. And then you lost it. We don't know when you went back to your mama house, but yeah. Yeah, she got two babies.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Both of her kids had a sex offender gene.
So in 2012 is when all this occurred with the SA people, right? Or her getting investigated for SA, right?
Yeah, that was 2012.
So this happened in 2013. So she moved into the Warren house or the Chase house in 2013. And she gives so she had the house prior to that. I'm thinking that the house was given to her, and so she needed to clean it
Yeah,
up.
maybe she had it, maybe she didn't. Who knows?
And that's
But
the
what I
reason.
do know is if she got them kids in 2010 and 2012, Elijah got arrested for assaulting Tiara. That was directly under your watch in your house, ma'am. What did you do? You wasn't paying attention at all. Huh? What was you doing? You wasn't on YouTube back then. What the fuck were you doing that you ain't know that this was going on? Under your roof, under your care.
Collected a check.
And then 2 years later tried to blame some motherfuckers that wasn't around, unless you had other people in your house. But it definitely happened under your roof. That's why they took pictures of the beds and shit in your house. But did it go on for 2 years, a year? They had enough evidence that they charged her and nobody else. They didn't think that old Tiara just made it up. Anywho, now I got questions, Vito, because you know your mama be doing some weird shit. I just maybe that she maybe did some weird, I don't know. I got questions, Vito. I got questions. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I get. The streets actually do not look that bad. Right from the pop outside. Until the next episode, we out. You got anything, Claire? You got any last words?
Oh no, somebody's missing for work.
I told you she wasn't coming. She's plausible deniability. Plausible deniability.
Oh, okay.
He's still gonna get blamed for something anyway, though. It doesn't even matter.
You didn't have to be here. You're gonna get blamed. So I don't see anything. Is she going live or is she taking today off? I know it was a lot last night. I know you guys were thrown into shit that you really didn't have anything to do.
You know, these women are unpredictable. You never know.
Yeah. It seemed like Vito raised herself, right? I think the mother raised Vito. Her mother raised Vito. All right. I got nothing, Trey.
Well, according to her, it seemed like the mama was raising the foster grandkids too. Hell. She remember, I called my mama. I called my mama.
I left her a voicemail.
I just moved from my mama.
Look,
Truth said, stop talking about her face, knuckle. You got a chick with a dick coming in my damn chat.
Ma'am, you are not here, so I am not talking in your face. You are not here. You have not reported to work. So I am not talking in your face. And yes, Trey, that man wearing a dress is after you now.
They're gonna get ignored like a motherfucker. Just like him here when she go live and refute all of this. I don't give a fuck. When I go back live again, it's gonna be about what I was gonna go live about before I realized I had some more documents. Now I'm done with you, and I can go to my Christians arguing over the same book. That never gets old. All right, ladies and gentlemen, to the next episode. We out.
Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot this bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Biscuit. All my niggas wildin', they done labeled us a misfit. Wake up every morning, 2 or 3, 5 in the thick bitch. Oh shit, didn't nobody come to see you old, it's some focus. Shoot 100 shots, no reloaded. Master of the game, you would think I'm into coding. Memphis niggas spit this pippin', mackin' like I'm golden. Ho, with my money, you gon' turn me to the old me. Stay high, first class flight, I'm in the nosebleed. Copy, cooking, whipping, shipping, till you count the proceeds. OG, I've been moving back niggas since 03. Low key, niggas hating, but they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we don't eat. Get jammed, get a lawyer, make it bunny, don't speak. Pour up, oh, I need some more, nigga had a long week. Shout out to my plug, he showed me love, he out in Long Beach, I'm true geek. Walked in by myself, but left with 2 freaks. Ooh, we, nothing in they mouth and on they booty. Austin Power swag, yeah, baby, this is groovy. You can call me money boy, or you can call me nudie. Hood niggas, churches, chicken, let me get a 2-piece. Top down, 2-seater, let me feel the 2 breathe. Gotta hold it steady, chopper, kick it back like Bruce Lee. Lately I've been in the zone, I guess I'm in my 2-3. Don't call my phone for nothing less than a QP. Feeling like the Migos, cause my bitch is bad and bougie. All my haters love me, all these bitches is some groupies. Came a long way, I like to introduce the new me. Standing on business like I'm king or like I'm Drewski. Call me Ron Island cause I like my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. Call me Ron Island cause I love my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. I never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Biscuit. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Biscuit.